Kevin and I are getting ready to go to Uncle Charlie's Meats. Will you pull my glove off? Uncle Charlie's Meats. And I wanted to show you, when we buy this meat, it is in this little strip mall right here. It's on New Circle Road. It's right across from Taco Bell and Sam's Club. But I wanted to show it to you because if you live in the Lexington area and you've never been in Uncle Charlie's Meats, we love their pork tenderloins. But what else do they have, Kevin? They
hamburger, hot dogs.
Yeah, it's already pre-patted hamburger. We buy pork tenderloins. They have like all kinds of frozen like
mushrooms, onion rings.
Yes, all kinds. And it's a good price. It's a really good price, and it's always good quality stuff. So I just wanted to show you where it's located in case you didn't know. We have a new Skechers store that's open in our area. We've never had a Skechers store anywhere near us, but Kevin does like Skechers, and so I wanted to show you this is what it looks like. It's almost overwhelming when you come in because they have so many to choose from, but this whole area that we're in is men's, but then on the other side is women's. They have children's, but it's just amazing how much they have. And in the center part, they have clothes as well. So if they have coats and sweatshirts and stuff like that. So if you're interested, this is in Hamburg. There's a new Fresh Market here. There's Skechers, but they have Sierra, World Market, but they have half-price books, all kinds of stuff in this area. In vlogs in the past, I've shown you all these Taste of Home magazines, and I've told you how much I like them, how much enjoyment I get out of them. And so I figured I would show you just two of the features that I really enjoy. And there are many more features about these magazines. If you ever care to see me talk about or hear me talk about more of these, then I just let me know and I can go over some more of the features I like. But the ones that I like, I have to say, they're all the ones from the 90s, the ones that I really like. I don't know when this magazine started, so it could have started earlier. If it did, I do not have any of those. All I have, the ones that I like, are from the 90s. Now, they do, as far as I know, still make this magazine, but I do not like the new magazines. If I can get them at half-price books for 50 cents each, which is how much I paid for these, then I'll get the new ones. Of course, I will get the new ones, and I will look for the recipes in them. But as far as enjoyment, I enjoy the older ones more, and I will explain why to you during this section. But one of the things that I really like, this one is from January 1996, and the first feature I'm going to show you in this magazine, this is the Touring Country Kitchens section. And this just, it's always fun to see what kitchens look like in the 90s and what was important to people, because it says a lot about how we were living back then and the things that we thought was important for us to have ease in the kitchen. But you will notice in a lot of these pictures, these are darker kitchens. And I don't know if it's necessarily because they're country or just because of the time period, but there's a lot of wood. This one is from Georgetown, Delaware, and they do have the paneled lights up in the ceiling. Of course, they have it decorated for Christmas, and the whole kitchen's decorated. They've decorated above the cabinets. Over here, they have like a cupboard with different collectibles and stuff like that. My sister actually has her dining room table right now, has chairs that are very similar to this. And let me see if I can lift it up for you a little bit. So there is the top picture. These are very warm kitchens. Like, you can tell you would go into one of these kitchens and you would feel comfortable immediately. And look at the storage she has. Tons of storage for canned goods and boxed food. It looks like she has a ton of Domino sugar. She made sure that she had all those cabinets full, but the whole thing is decked out for Christmas. So this is one of the features that I like about the old magazines that I've noticed. It is not the same in the new magazine. So I'm going to go on to the next one, but then I will be showing you another one of the features I enjoy as well. So this one is from May 1997, and this is in Mount Pleasant, Iowa, and it is much brighter, and that could be because it's not decorated for Christmas, because Christmas ornaments, even though they're beautiful, they do have a way of making things darker. But this, even though this is still dark wood, so even though they have a light, notice they had the big white refrigerator, the white stove, the white dishwasher, and nowadays a lot of people love the stainless steel. I know we like the stainless steel, but you know, not everybody has the stainless steel, but it's a very cozy looking kitchen. They have this end shelf here for you could put recipe books or something like that there. I tell you something that my dad did with his, I thought it was so cool. He has a bar, a great big bar, and one side of it was just completely, it was unused. And so they realized that they could open up half of it, the whole half, and put shelves in there and put cookbooks in there. And so they had somebody come, they cut it out, put bookshelves in there, and it's beautiful. I mean, and you would have thought it came that way, but all that had been wasted space before they did that. So this one is from June, July 1997, and this is Fairfield, Ohio. And again, we have some very dark wood cabinets. We have dark wood furniture, but I love it that they have the plaid wallpaper on the walls. I don't know if that's, I think you can see it right there. I love the plaid wallpaper. And they have the frilly, like, almost like doily, like, they're not curtains, but they're just decoration on the windows. And then even on the seat cushions, they have plaid seat cushions. And then she has baskets hanging over her island. And it's very, very homey looking, very cozy. This is December, January 1998, so we're getting some Christmas decorations again. And I think it's funny that the phone was right here at the end of the island. And it looks like they have some sort of a bundt cake. They have the wallpaper, the border around the top of the room. So my parents went through that period of time. I think it was in the 90s, where they put the border either at the top or in the middle, kind of like a chair rail look with the wallpaper. But this lady, they're showing her dining room, and she has a tree in the dining room. And I like how it's like simply decorated. But again, she has those curtains that are almost like doilies. My mom had curtains like that. This one is from February, March 1998, and this is in Garland, Texas. And this kitchen is different from what we've seen so far. This kitchen is bright. There is wallpaper. There is wallpaper and wallpaper border, and the wallpaper border and wallpaper do go all around the room. And then instead of having like a tile backsplash, they actually have wallpaper in the background. They do have a different curtain there, which my mom had curtains like that too. But it looks like they also have blinds, so that's good. So with those other like doily like curtains, you really didn't get any privacy. At least with the blinds, you get some privacy. This is to me though, this is very dated. The furniture is the chairs on wheels, although those are probably very practical. This is probably the most dated in my opinion so far. This one is from April, May 1998, and this is from Coos Bay, Oregon. And this is really cool because they're showing you, this is what the kitchen looked like before. Right here, this picture before, it was very bright, like a box of Crayola crayons. It almost looks like a kindergarten classroom or something like that. And so they painted everything, and now we've gone to bright white. And for some reason, this reminds me of like the Sopranos or something. This they had that like 80s look in their kitchen in the Sopranos, and that's what this reminds me of. You have the little curtain here. You just have the wallpaper instead of a tile backsplash for that part. But now you do have a tile backsplash right above the sink. And that's where it's most important anyway. I do like this kitchen though. I do think, I do like the nice clean look of it. I like the floor. It looks easy to, like it would be easy to keep clean. This is from June, July 98, and this is Shevlin, Minnesota. And this one, we have a picture of how it looked before. So it had some dark countertops, and it looked like darker wood, but then it still has dark wood in here. They, again, have the wallpaper, the border going all the way around. We do have some dark wood, but I think it looks nice. This is a very traditional kitchen, I think, where they put the island and the cabinets are kind of sticking out here to where on the other side of this is probably like a den or something like that. Ah, right here. It's her dining room. Her dining room is on the other side. So I've seen it both ways. I've seen it, the dining room on that side, but now this is the, I've seen the den on that side. This is the dining room. And I think this is a cool little feature. The stairs going down there, I think that's neat looking. You don't get stairs in kitchens that often. This is August, September 98, and this is from Jefferson, Wisconsin. And this kitchen, it almost didn't look like a kitchen before. It almost looks like it would be in a garage because it's kind of dark. It has the flat doors with the little handles and just the things hanging up on the wall. It kind of looks like it would have been in a garage if it weren't for the stove. But then they did a lot of work in here to brighten it up. I love the ceiling. I love how they did that. I love the window, how they put the window in. They vaulted the ceiling's what it was. It had a very flat ceiling in that picture before, and then they have vaulted that ceiling, which we could have done in our ceiling if we had wanted to. We wouldn't have had to have done that because our ceilings are already very high, whereas theirs are lower. But if we had wanted to, there's just empty space above our ceiling, and if we had really wanted to, we could have done that. But I do love the window that they put in because that's beautiful. And then they even have an area for a desk. In my dad's old house, he had room, he had a space for his computer in the kitchen. So this is October, November 98, and this is a completely different look. This is from Tecumseh, Kansas. I hope I'm saying that correctly. And this is blue, and this is what I would consider country blue. So we have a very, very country blue colored cabinets. There's even this little like detail across the top, but everything, the backsplash. It even has a corner here, which I'm assuming you would put like bread in that corner, in that door. You could see it right there better. And I mean, a lot of houses around here have that too. It seems to me like it would just take up, it takes up some space, but if you're wanting to hide something back there, if you're not wanting for everyone to see what you have, you can just store it in the door and you don't even have to worry about it. This is from December, January 1999. This is in Edmonton, Alberta. So this is in Canada. And I love this. So a lot of people would be like, oh, that's way too dark or that's way too busy. And I get that. But for me, this is like, it looks like cherry. Yeah, it says that. It says rich cherry wood. I love cherry. My grandmother Scott had a cherry bedroom suit, and my sister has it now, and it's beautiful. I think it's just a beautiful set of furniture. But this is cherry, and I just really appreciate it. I like the black and white floor. Even though it has the wallpaper and the border and everything, it's all warm tones, and it's all very, very cozy. And the stove and refrigerator stand out because they're white. But these days, you could have the same look and have the stainless steel, and it would look beautiful. This is from October, November 2004. And this one, I'm not seeing right offhand where this one is at. Montana. Chocotoo, Montana. I'm sure I'm saying that incorrectly. This is a theme grand prize kitchen. So it has a theme to it. I think it's great. To me, it looks like a Western theme. You have Western, you have cowboys, you have stars. The back of these chairs, there's no telling how much that would cost if you got these chairs these days with the cowboys on their horses. There's just all kinds of things. And the chairs look like cowhide on those on the chairs. The dishes, the cups and the plates are themed. I really think they did a good job with that. And in that same magazine, this one is says Dreams Kitchen Contest. Kitchen reflects the fabulous 50s. And so this lady in Milroy, Pennsylvania, this is her kitchen. And she got the runner-up, it says. And it's a 50s themed kitchen. So she has like, she has the signs on the wall. She has like a diner chair. She has old lunch boxes. She has old spice containers. And she has her apron on like she's in the 50s. We used to have one of these. I think I still have it. This is a metal dustpan. And I might still have it actually. This one is from May 2008. So you can see that the style of the magazine has changed. The layout's changed a little bit, which is fine. This kitchen, you no longer see the wallpaper. You don't see the wallpaper border. This is what it looked like before. If I can show you that. And it never did have wallpaper, but it did have old-fashioned curtains. And these are still kind of old, well, they are now. But this is a very clean looking kitchen to me. It's very clean. It looks like it would be easy to go in there and make anything. There's not a lot of stuff to move. There's not a lot of clutter. And it just looks easy. This is from August, September 2008. Again, the layout looks very different. I absolutely love this. I love the stove area. This is a gas stove, of course, but I love all of the detail around it. They even have a space down here for their microwave underneath the island. It's very bright. I love the lighting. I like the cabinets, how they you can see into the cabinets and they're lit. And then they have lots of, one of those shelves that you slide out to put your cans in for the pantry. And that is a gorgeous kitchen. I have no complaints about that. But then that I have a newer Taste of My Home. It is from July 2020. There are no kitchens in it. Absolutely no kitchens at all. They've completely changed the magazine as far as this one goes for 2020, but we'll talk more about that in just a second. So we're going back to the first one that I showed you from 1996, December, January. And this is another feature that I like that these old magazines have. It's called Kitchen Collectibles. And I enjoy seeing what people collect. My mom and dad always had collections going. And so I find it interesting to see what other people like to collect. And this lady likes to collect Christmas jars. So what I would call cookie jars. So there's her cookie jar collection. And then in this magazine, she has an asparagus collection. So you want to talk about very unique. She collects things with asparagus on them. In the next magazine, this lady likes to collect pasta. So she collects different colors and shapes of pasta. And I tell you what, if you shop at Home Goods, TJ Maxx, places like that, they do have some very unique pastas. In this magazine, this lady collects napkin rings. So these are all kinds of napkin rings, very unique. A lot of them, she has a Christmas collection down here. This lady collects flour canisters. And I love this one. My mom and dad had a salt and pepper shaker like that, except it said salt and pepper, and it was white with blue. And I do not know what happened to those, but they were really cool. Like, I would have those in our kitchen right now. I just don't know what happened to them. This lady collects M&M stuff. So she has tins, cups, it looks like bowls, totes. She has figures, plushes, stuff like that. Anything with M&Ms, that's what she likes. Now this is a very unique collection. I had to show this one to Kevin. This guy collects ice cream buckets. So these are the churning buckets for the ice cream. That's the hand cranked ice cream, stuff like that. That's what he likes to collect. There's a picture of him right there. But that is his collection. This lady collects stuff with burgers. If it resembles a burger, then she's going to collect it. And so here's her shelf of her collectibles. This lady collects teapots. So this is very unique. I wish they had a better picture. Like that's an okay picture, but I wish they had a more a close-up picture. Here's some of them of her teapots, but I have a feeling there's a lot more unique ones on this shelf, and it's just hard to see because we're not getting a shot of just the teapots. And then in this magazine, she collects snowmen. So anything with snowmen, looks like she has them all across the top of her kitchen cabinets. So when she decorates for Christmas, it looks very cute in her kitchen. So a couple more things I want to tell you. The reason why I like the old magazines, they have a section in all of these magazines called I Wish I Had That Recipe. And what it is, if people have like gone on vacation and people have stopped at some random country store or restaurant or something like that, and they have tried something from that restaurant and they've loved it, and they've gotten home and they're like, oh my gosh, I wish I had the recipe for that peanut butter pie or whatever it was. And so they write into the magazine, and then the magazine, guess what? They get on the recipe. So this is for Harvey's coconut macaroons, and they were in Lake Tahoe, Nevada. And I that's just cool that they had that. And all of these magazines, the old ones had, I wish I had that recipe. Something else that I could absolutely go through and show you all the pictures, but I didn't want to take up too much time, was, hey, who hid the fridge? I love this. I think this is so much fun because people will just send in pictures of their refrigerators and they're covered in just random stuff. And so they're just showing what's on the refrigerator and what they put on the refrigerator, why they do that. And that's a feature that I really like that I miss. Also, in these books, the old ones, they're basically recipe cards. So you look at the front and you kind of have to turn it around to see the recipe, and then the recipe is on the back. And if you want to cut them out, you absolutely can. I like to keep mine in the book. That way, if I'm wanting to look for a recipe, I can come, and pretty much in the center of these books are these recipe cards. And I think they're so helpful, and I love knowing exactly where they were. And besides what I've told you, the things that I've showed you, they have all kinds, like Mary Beth's mailbox, and people write in, and there's all kinds of things, how I get my kids to cook. There's a section in here that's just for men, that's like men in the kitchen or something like that. And it's just, there's some really nice features. Does anyone have? Now, I understand that they don't necessarily there's no need for this section in the new magazine, but this is cool. So this person is saying, wanted a source or directions for making pickled walnuts. Of course, this magazine was back in 1996. That's the year Ashley was born, and the internet wasn't a big thing. I get it. So now people would Google something like that. But I thought that was a neat part of these magazines that you're not going to get today. So the magazine I wanted to show you, this is the newest one, like I said, that I have. It is from June, July 2020, and it's just completely changed. And yes, there are recipes in here. But it's more like if you've ever gotten a Food Network magazine, this reminds me more of like a Food Network Food Network magazine. There's a lot more articles. They also have this recipe index, which I'm sure a lot of people like. And if you want to do a quick search of this is every recipe that's in this magazine, it's good, but then in a way it's not good because you might get it in the mail and be like, well, none of that looks interesting, and you might not even flip through it. But this is completely different. All of the things that I like about the old magazine are gone now. They're not in here, and it's just a lot more like little articles, and they're more about pictures, and they're taking their professional pictures and stuff like that. And I just feel like it's changed a lot. So I wouldn't particularly be interested in having a subscription to the way the magazine is now. But if they ever decide to go back to the way it was before, then I would welcome it. We're in Kroger, and we're in here on Thursday, and so I wanted to show you how much they still have. We're a week before Christmas, and they still have tons of stuff the week before Christmas. So lots and lots of candy, lots of Sour Patch, then toys. They look at all the candy over there that they still have, and so I'm assuming all that'll go on sale afterwards. And then they have these candles. Well, it says save 50% now, but who knows if that's really true. I think these are really good stocking stuffers. These Yankee candles, they're small, yeah, and
those are $9.99.
Yeah, the $9.99 is Oh, so are they even cheaper? Are you sure?
That's what it says.
Those are $4.99.
Yeah. On the original price. Unless the yellow.
Unless that is the price. I don't know. Because if that were true, I would get a couple of those.
Maybe it is $9. You have to scan it.
I know. Do they have scanners?
Oh, you know what I can do? Use my phone.
Kevin can scan on his phone. Okay, so they do have little cookie kits, waffle makers, sandwich maker.
$6.
Kevin scanned it on his phone, and it's saying it's $6.99 for the Yankee candle. Yeah, I love it that he can scan stuff on his phone like that. $2.50
for these.
Wow.
Yeah, $4.99 is the regular price of half of that. Yeah.
It's $2.50.
Yeah, so those should be
half, but they're not.
Oh. That's a pretty good price.
That is a very good price. So they have lots of ornaments. It says they're $6.80 each. Normally $16.99, and they have all kinds in there to choose from. It looks like a lot of their stuff is already on clearance because they know that you're gonna have already bought most of your stuff. They even have inflatables over here. They have more ornaments up there. Brock's gumdrops. Here's more ornaments. Candy. They have the Palmer candy. Look at this cute Ghirardelli display. I just realized it was a soldier. That's cute. It has the arms and everything on it. So they have the Queen Anne's cherry cordials, which Kevin and I have not bought any of those this year.
I haven't bought those really ever.
In a while. These are all 50% off, these toys. I wonder if they have Pokemon cards there.
I haven't seen it.
I want you to see the selection of ice cream that we have in Kroger. So this is all just one side, and this is all the other side. So I mean, we have lots and lots. Oh, and I posted on my members only pictures that Edie's, we have not seen Edie's peppermint this year. So like, I have not seen any peppermint, and it's weird because I went to their website.
It's the eggnog.
I went to their website and they don't even have peppermint listed on their website, which is weird because back in the day, I think the picture I posted was like, I don't know, from 2010 or something like that. But back then, they had little pieces of candy cane just like Kevin liked, and for them to not have it at all anymore, I think it's very strange. It's like, who has taken over Edie's? And they're not making peppermint anymore. But we have tons and tons of choices with ice cream and just frozen desserts in general. Now here's all the Haagen-Dazs, Talenti, Graders. See, Graders is in our area, so a lot of you all might not see Graders, whereas we have a bunch of it.
That baby's having big time. She likes getting out of that barn and running. What's her go? Yeah, she's having big time. You can tell she's got a little bit of Avery in her, because Avery likes to run like that too. As soon as he gets out of the barn, and she's done it too. Oh, she's a runner. Might have a little racehorse in her, carrying on like that. Oh, she loves running. There they go. Now they're out there in the field. She'll have big time. Now take her down there in them briar bushes, you big goofy girl. Take that baby down there in them briar bushes. Right in them she went too. She'll have briars all in her. Here they come. Come here, Fable. Come on. Fable. Come on up here. Come here. Fable, come here. Come here. Yeah. Her comes to me when I holler for her. She knows her name. Yes, her does. There's a pretty girl.
Kevin is getting ready to make us a batch of Chex Mix. We have made this for the channel. We made it years and years ago for the channel. And
what we look like.
yeah, the kitchen probably was a different, looked different. We probably hadn't renovated.
In a different house.
No, it was here. It was definitely here. But I don't know if we had renovated the kitchen yet. But what you want to do, so if you want to see the full video, you can go watch it. Kevin just put a stick of butter in this pan, and we've got the oven going to 250, so it'll go off in a minute. But you need Worcestershire sauce, you need garlic powder, you need nature seasoning, onion powder, and then we bought the Stacy's bagel chips, the toasted garlic.
Any garlic bagel chips will work.
Right. So we've used like the New York bagel chips. Those are a really good brand. We have some Planters cocktail peanuts. We'll probably get another container out because
one's full,
one's full. One doesn't have very many, but we'll probably use another one because I think that's people's favorite part of these. I'm going to get another whole one out. People's favorite part of these, I think, is the peanuts. But we bought the original Chex Mix recipe does not call for Cheez-Its. We always use Cheez-Its just because we like them. And we bought the pepper jack this time, which I don't think we've had pepper jack in there before.
No.
But that'll be good. And then we have some pretzels. We have some mini pretzel twists. And then you buy 3 types of Chex cereal. You buy the rice Chex, the corn Chex, and the wheat Chex. And sometimes at this time of the year, they give you a free
packet. A
free packet of seasoning. I didn't see that with these.
I didn't see that. Usually it's just a little cardboard thing near the cereal display, but they didn't have it this year.
But we're gonna be using all of the stuff, and so I figured I would
like half a bag of each cereal, half a bag of the pretzels thing.
But you're gonna make 2 batches, right?
I can make 2 batches.
Yeah, we will end up
we have enough peanuts for 2 batches.
I've got another thing in the cabinet. Okay. I've got even more peanuts. So the butter is melted, and it just takes a few minutes to melt.
And you could do it in the microwave. It doesn't matter. I just always throw it in the oven because it's there. I always tilt mine up. I put some like oven mitts on one side to tilt it, and then I'm gonna put, since we're making half a batch, we're gonna make 2 batches, but half a bag each basically. It says it calls for 2 tablespoons. I usually do 3 or 4. And you'll actually see me, I'll sprinkle it on top too.
We really like Worcestershire sauce.
We like that kick of the Worcestershire sauce in there. I'll start with 3 and we'll see where we go. Okay.
This is one of those things though, if you want to make it and give it as gifts in tins.
I've done it many times.
Yes, we give this as gifts because it's not like it's cheap. By the time you buy all the peanuts and the cereal and just everything, it's expensive. And then you give it in a tin or in some kind of container. You could put it in a Ziploc bag if you wanted to. Garlic powder. And now you have onion powder.
Yeah, and I basically put a teaspoon and a half. This onion powder is like good.
You could put it though like in a Ziploc bag if you wanted to. But since we give it as gifts, we usually like to put it in a tin. This is something that on Christmas Eve we always have like picky food on Christmas Eve, and we'll set this out on the table and people will get what they get, and then whatever's left over, Kevin and I just eat. So now we have nature seasoning.
Yeah, and you could use whatever seasoned salt you want to use. And I used to use
but they sell
generous portions.
They sell Chex Mix, and the reason
the bags of mix.
Yes, they sell bags of Chex Mix. So some people would probably be thinking, why don't you just buy those? And it's because it does not have the seasoning in it, or the peanuts and stuff like that. And so if you want
it's just Chex and pretzels, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and so we really like to make it our own, but this has more of a kick to it. And so if you like that, then it's really worth it to make your own. And you get like 3 times the amount.
Now I do mix in the seasoning the best I can with my liquid. Okay, now the fun part.
Is the cereal.
Yeah. We got half a bag. I did crush my bagel chips up. They were solid, but I did crush them up.
Okay.
Now the fun part's trying to figure out half a bag of each of these things.
Oh, yeah.
Here's about half. About half. Yeah.
And if you can find minis of any of this stuff, like mini pretzels or mini, I don't even know if they make mini Cheez-Its, but those...
They used to make mini Cheez-Its.
Yeah.
I don't think they do anymore.
That would be perfect for this. So now Kevin's going to open all the cereals.
Yeah, I already had them open. And if some of it drops down in the seasoning part, that's fine. It'll be extra soaked.
This is gonna bake though. It's low and slow because it bakes at 250, and you bake it for an hour, but you're gonna stir it every 15 minutes. You're gonna go to the stove and you're gonna stir it.
That's the annoying part.
Now, I never had this as a child. I never had this at all. I had never had this in my life until I met you.
Oh, really?
And your mom would make it. So did your mom get this recipe from her mom, or did she get it off the
I
package?
think she got it off the package. Or somebody at work made it, and she went, ooh, that's really good. I want to make that.
That
Yeah.
makes sense. Okay.
You know, when you work places, you tend to get recipes. I'm just going to dump this a little bit.
Yeah, we have a little bit, and then we have a whole can.
And I always just leave all my stuff out because we're going to make another batch anyway.
Yeah.
So I just leave it all sitting on the counter. I think I missed the can. Yep. And now you just got to stir it. And try to get that cereal coated as best you can. That's why I kind of put at one end, and then I'll kind of work it back and forth. You can see how really wet the stuff on the bottom is.
Good.
But then you gotta make sure the stuff on top also gets a little wet.
Right. It already smells good though.
Oh, it does. It smells really good. And as it bakes, you really get that toasty smell of the cereal and stuff. Okay, and to make it extra special,
You're not going to drown it though. Yeah, just a little.
a little splash on
Just
the top.
a little sprinkle.
And then we put this in the oven, and I'll stir it for every 50 minutes. And sometimes it takes longer than an hour. I just wait until it gets kind of hot.
So just want to show you on the front of this box of corn Chex, it says buy 3, get a free Chex Party Mix Holiday 10. And so we bought 3 in one transaction. We bought 3, and so this is the original Chex Mix. So if you're wondering, this is the recipe. I have this cut out, and it is in my recipe book. And like I said, the only thing we really add is we add a little bit more Worcestershire sauce and the seasonings, but we also put cheese in ours. What are they called? Cheez-Its in ours. But it says this is your 10. And all you have to do is take a picture. You have to have bought them in the same transaction at the same time. And you have to take a picture and send it to Chex 10s by January 7th. And then you'll get this little 10. And you don't have to pay for shipping or anything like that. Apparently, they're just going to send it to us for free. And that's an adorable little 10. And it says holiday favorite on the front. So Kevin is going to do that for us. So when we get it in the mail, I'll let you know if we ever do get it, and you'll know that we got our free 10. It says on here, you are supposed to receive your 10 via mail no later than 8 to 10 weeks. So it'll just be 8 to 10 weeks, and then I guess before, Valentine's Day,
Yeah.
we'll have it. So this is the first 15 minutes, and it'll kind of be like a little bit soggy. Not really soggy, but
damp.
soft.
It feels damp.
Yeah, damp. It feels like softer cereal. But once you leave it in for the full hour...
and then let it cool off.
Yes, and then it's going to cool off completely. Although that has not stopped us from eating on it before.
It is softer though when it's hot.
Yes. So what we did was we put a beach towel down on the table, and then we put some parchment paper on top of it. And this is our first batch of Chex Mix. And you want it to dry out. You want it, and it is pretty dry already. It really is. But you want it to dry out, and you want it to lay here and cool off too. So like right now, the peanuts are really hot when you stick one in your mouth, and the cereal and everything. So we're gonna let this cool completely before you put it in tins, because you don't want to put it in tins hot anyway, because then it'll get soggy.
Yeah.
So
and we put the parchment paper on so we wouldn't get fuzz in the oven.
Right. We put the beach towel. Yeah, we put the beach towel on the table. It's to protect the table from the heat, because this wood will turn white. So it just protects the table. So now Kevin is going to use the rest of our supplies to make another batch. So we have our last batch of Chex Mix in the oven, and it still is going. And now we're going to work on making some white trash. We haven't made this in years and years. And if you've never seen the video where we make white trash, you have to watch it, because it's in this kitchen, but it was before we renovated the kitchen. Mm-hmm. And Kevin is the one doing it, and Kevin looks completely different. And then I'm in the video too. I'm at the end of the video trying it, and I look completely different. And I think that video is like 12 years old or something like that. So it's funny, because during that recipe we used, instead of M&Ms, the regular M&Ms, or these are peanut butter M&Ms, we used the candy corn M&Ms. Well, those aren't even out right now, so that was not an option. And Kevin and I were looking everywhere for some white coated M&Ms, and we just didn't see any, did we?
No, they didn't have them anywhere.
They have the caramel filled, they have peanut butter, they have dark chocolate, milk chocolate, plain with peanut. They have all kinds, but we did not see any white coated, because we would have gotten white coated. But for this recipe, you need 2 big handfuls of pretzels, which were on the bottom of this bowl. And then you want to you don't want to crush them, but you just want to crumble above it the smaller pieces.
Yeah, I just picked them up and just like broke them.
Yeah, they're supposed to just be bite-sized pieces. And so then you need 6 cups of cinnamon Chex cereal. And you would not believe how much flavor the cinnamon Chex adds to this. It makes it so good.
How many Cheerios?
You need 3 cups of Cheerios. Now, for Kevin, to anybody that's watched a Cheerio review with Kevin, knows that Kevin is not a fan of Cheerios. However, in this recipe, it's so sweet and delicious that it's wonderful. So it's okay. You need 2 cups of cocktail peanuts, which we're going to use the whole thing. We're going to use this.
I don't think I will.
You don't think you will? Mm-hmm. Oh, really?
We'll see how much they have.
Oh, okay. See how much is left? Okay, this will be interesting. Kevin.
Because there's a lot there.
Yeah, but I like a lot of peanuts. Okay, so how much was left?
Probably about another cup.
Oh, okay. Well, you don't have to use them all.
Yeah, that's too much.
Okay. So there was like 3 cups in that canister.
Yeah.
How big is that canister?
60 ounces.
Okay. So we used 2 cups of the peanuts. And then you need the Reese's Pieces. I didn't write down a particular amount of Reese's Pieces or M&Ms. I think we just put as many as our heart said. But I think, okay, that's not even a full cup. That wasn't even full. That is.
Full cup.
And then peanut butter M&Ms. Kevin is not doing near what I would do, just so you know.
What would you do?
I would have done the whole bag.
Yeah, but we don't have that much chocolate. I mean, how much more chocolate do you want me? You want me to get another whole bag of chocolate chips? You gotta have enough chocolate.
You have to have enough chocolate. Well, we do have more white chocolate. We have more white chocolate.
These are big.
Yes, they're big. They're filled with peanut butter. And notice when I'm baking something, I go over like I do heaping. Kevin's exactly the opposite. Kevin goes under.
I'm gonna have to use that other bowl.
So we have a bigger bowl. This is the bowl. This is the bowl that we used in that first video.
Yeah, it's bigger. We've had this little Halloween bowl for ages.
Yes.
I'll use that.
This is the everything bowl.
You can really smell that cinnamon.
Now we should be able to see plenty of Reese's Pieces and M&Ms.
All right, slide that bowl back over.
This one?
Yeah.
It looks beautiful.
Probably about half and half, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks like it. So you need powdered sugar, which we have over here. You also need some white baking chips, and you can use almond bark if you want. That's what we used in that first video, so that's what we're going to use today. But Kevin is basically going to. Are you going to?
I'm gonna do a bag and 1 block at a time.
Okay.
That way I can do 1 bowl.
1 batch, like it.
Yeah, 1 batch.
Okay.
And then I'll do the other one. I'm just gonna do it in the microwave.
Okay.
Because the first one we did in a pan.
Right.
But I think I'm just gonna. I mean, these melt so nicely in the microwave, so why not?
They do.
Actually, I might just go and do 2 blocks. Yeah.
So we're gonna melt that and come back. So this is our white chocolate and almond bark, and the bowl's hot. So this is half of that batch that Kevin just did. And you pour it right in there on top of all your little cereal and peanuts and M&Ms and Reese's Pieces, pretzels.
Oh,
I mean,
it's very hot.
How could this not be good, right?
Okay, you just want to kind of really just fold it in. The biggest point is don't want to break the cereal up into little chunks. But
And don't you want to work quickly?
yeah, you don't want it to get cool, although it's not going to get cool that fast. You just want to coat everything really more than anything. And I do have a pan with parchment paper ready.
Yeah.
And I've got a Ziploc bag with just a little bit of powdered sugar in it. That looks good. So I'm just going to take off.
So powdered sugar, Ziploc bag. And basically that's it, isn't it? You just
Yep.
let it dry a little bit.
Yeah, I'll just keep on working.
Keep adding powdered sugar. And then Kevin will probably put the rest of that cereal in. I can help you if you want.
Yeah, just help me dump this in there.